Hello and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. Today I have to finish recruiting the rocket team and launch it off to the radioactive asteroid. This one is an all-around good duplicant, could be a doctor and do other stuff beside that. I have a name suggestion for this one too. Please welcome Demon Kruger. Thank you for the name, I really appreciate that. They have to go live in the rocket right away cause the base doesn't have enough room to support them right now. First I have to set the permissions for this door to allow them to exit. You are not allowed to enter but you can exit. The hermit that I recruited, I want him to be in the rocket team too. He is already trained and has very good attributes. There's another door inside the rocket that I have to set the permissions to. For now, you are only allowed to enter Demon Kruger. And George the hermit, you can enter too. Here they come. Look how slow they are. They need training right away. You already made a friend. Wow. Okay, you are not running away. Let me move you inside. Just have to make sure I do it properly. You guys get past the checkpoint. Alright, pause and drop your suits. Let me go and assign their beds and tables. Your training course is waiting. If I allow you to get through this door and connect the cable here to this lamp. I forgot to increase the priority for the generators. I'll do 9, the highest. The hydrogen loop is filled. As you can see, that's for freezing the food in the kitchen. Let me deconstruct this bridge here. Oops. There we go. We have another recruit. A good farmer. Got the green thumb and unpracticed artist. I'll leave this one open for adoption by not giving it a name. And I have to do the exact same process to get him into the rocket. I select it in the end and move it past the checkpoint. And he must be allowed to go to the gym. And his schedule must be set. 36, yep. I don't set their priorities yet. That comes after the training course. Oh, here you are. It would take so long for him to get to the rocket if I didn't have the transit tube. Unfortunately, it only gets him this far and he has to run the rest of the way. Getting past all the radiation. Why didn't I just use the radiation of space? Unequipped suit. You appreciated Demon Kruger making friends so fast. I'll leave you to your training. I have to get the Atma suits back. There should be a bin around somewhere for the suits. Aha, this one. It should be set to Atma suits. And another one. This one gonna be our cook. I'll call her Domingo. Welcome to the team. And here goes Domingo. She's feeling a bit cold even though she's wearing Atmo suits. There goes George zooming by, showing off his speed. Domingo gets into the rocket, passes the radiation zone, and she done it. Unequipped the suit champion. Well done. Please be a building skin. Okay, never mind. I built a lab here while I was waiting and also a puffed wrench. And I'm pumping the gas out to vacuum the room. And that is a chlorine vent. It's gonna spit out chlorine gas and then the the puffs turn it into bleach stone because these geotuners then use the bleach stone to increase the output of water vent and geysers. The carbon dioxide geyser, for example, uses polluted dirt instead, and natural gas geyser uses abyssalite. I'll use the top geotuners for volcanoes later if I need to, and you can only geotune the vents that you have analyzed with a duplicant. Anyway, when geotuned, it increases the output temperature by 20 degrees Celsius and the mass by 20%, I think. I'm getting lucky with duplicants. This one is a good rancher and operator and also has unpracticed artist. Please welcome Alexander the Great. Thank you so much for the name suggestion, and sorry I didn't get anyone with the buff trait. I'll skip the process of getting him into the rocket. Please be a building blueprint. Hanging pot, I take that. I vacuumed it and opened the chlorine vent. Also brought a puffed prince. To turn this room into a lab, I need a light source. And of course I forgot about that. Let me grab a ceiling light from furnitures. And do I put the light for all of them or just one? Well, let me go with one, but I'll build it closer to the other one. And I will automate it with a duplicant motion sensor so that it only turns on when there is a duplicant in range. I also forgot to build this conveyor loader to send the bleach stone up to the geotuners and connect it up to the chute with conveyor rail. And the power cable, of course, can't forget about that. For now, the power supply comes from up here. Radiation vomiting, of course, because of the difficulty setting it is worse. I even double layered some places to protect them, but I guess it wasn't enough. And no one makes radiation pills. It will be solved later with pills. Not the worst, I mean I just have to mop the floors till then. Oh, I missed a bit here. How much did we even collect CO2? About 8 kilograms. Empty that. It's not bad considering they don't exhale much. They should use it for soda fountain. Is the excess getting pumped out? It's stuck here, of course, because this is not connected here. Yep, it's fixed. It will go get pumped into the vacuum of space. How are we doing here? It's all finished building. I should set this conveyor loader to bleach stone. Oh, why did that water drop fall? I just built a conveyor loader. Let me mop it up and put it where it was. It was supposed to be there and block the puffs from moving around. Oh, and this liquid naphtha, I brought it to stop the bleach stone from off-gassing, just in case. Let me wrangle the puff back into the ranch. Didn't know that could happen, but it's all fixed. There is the last slime biome in the map that you see me digging through. Next to the rocket, I built this contraption thingy. It's supposed to top up the water and petroleum of the rockets. So the dupes just bring the bottles. Then the pumps just pump them into these liquid tanks, and when the last tank gets full, it sends a red signal and closes the doors. So the duplicants can't get to the bottle emptiers anymore. I may have to build tiles above the doors to properly stop the dupes. And if you noticed, I swapped the engine of this rocket with petroleum engine, and it has a good height of 35 tiles. Could also use rat bolt engines, but I duplicate petroleum inside the rocket and I could refuel it if I use petroleum engine. I built the rocket fuel tanks and I need to fill them up with petroleum. Let me build the pipe for that. I set 2 geoturners to a cool salt/geyser that spits out brine. It is dormant now, but it will activate in a few cycles. And this guy here, the Prince Puffed, will only drop pufflet eggs, the ones that consume polluted oxygen. And then they have a chance of dropping Squeaky Puffed that consumes chlorine, which are the kind that I want. Got the full size ranch here, even though I will ranch 5 puffs or maybe 4, I'll see. Bleach stones get shipped over and drop in a blob of naphtha. And critter eggs go to the kitchen to drown and turn into meat when they hatch. Oh, another printer pot. We got Otto here with doctoring and researching interest. This one is Fatulent, that is a big no-no for the rocket team, and this one is an all-around good duplicant, but we already have one on the team and I rather get the researcher to use the telescope. Please welcome number 40 to the team. I only need one more duplicant and the team will be complete. I think we have to say goodbye to Infinite Paku Ranch after the update, but I won't give up easily. Let me test a few things. So they are confined, and when they are confined they don't reproduce. You can see it has minus 100% reproduction debuff. They are confined because now after the update they count only the tiles that has liquid as their required space, and they need at least 8 tiles of liquid I think to not be confined. So let me try something. I'll give them 8 tiles of water and see what happens. The room is 18 tiles, so that's possible. The rocket is getting fueled. Maybe I should add more bottle emptiers later. 2 fuel tanks and 1 oxidizer tank if using oxolite was the ratio if I remember correctly. And since this rocket is gonna go and land on the asteroids that don't have launch pads, I must add 2 more modules. Trailblazer modules allow the duplicants to land on a planet's surface, and I need 2 cause then you can deconstruct the Trailblazers and build a launch pad. And done! I wanna build a clay factory using deodorizers, cause yeah, they turn sand and polluted oxygen into clean oxygen and clay. And there is a hot polluted oxygen when sitting and waiting for me to use it. And I have 376 tons of sand. I'll come up with a plan. But first, let me pour some water into this room for the Pakus. That door doesn't block liquids, so it has to go. And the water is dripping, and soon it will overflow and fill the second tiles. And I came up with a plan for the clay factory. For now I am building the walls to seal it off and start vacuuming, and the polluted oxygen that comes out is 500 degrees Celsius, so I have to use steam turbines to cool them down. Water here has reached the second tile, and the good news is that they are no longer confined, but they are miserable now. They don't reproduce when they are miserable, because their happiness is minus 135 because they are overcrowded. This is not looking good for me. I needed those Pakus. I'm not ready to give up yet. Let me open the room to the world. Maybe they won't be overcrowded. Let me move that bottle of naphtha there in case that fixed it. Okay, now the big reveal. They're still overcrowded. It seems that they only count the liquid tiles. Even though this room is 28,000 tiles, they don't care. They are overcrowded. Okay, enough of that. I'm vacuuming this room and sweeping up everything out of there. I will go and do some other stuff in the background. Be right back in about 3 cycles. That's vacuumed, and I'm deconstructing the pipe and pumps. Okay, so I was waiting and I got the achievement notification pop-up. It is the honorary doctorate, meaning that I completed the research tree. I can build hydrogen rockets now. Anyway, I'll be right back when this finishes. I just finished pouring the liquid, so let me explain. It is somewhat self-powered because of the steam turbines, of course. Their water output, that is like 95 C, goes into 1 kilogram per second pipes and cools the oxygen down to 95. The aqua tuner is just there to cool down the turbine, not the oxygen. So when 500 degrees Celsius polluted oxygen comes out, it activates the turbines, and then it ends up at 95 degrees Celsius. And I poured a layer of petroleum under the deodorizers. There, let me show you. It keeps the vent from overpressurizing because the deodorizers suck the polluted oxygen from below and kind of pump the clean oxygen to the room above, where I will extract it with pumps later. Let me build that one deodorizer back and I'll seal it up. Okay, so everything has been built. Poured some water to transfer temperature for cooling the turbines, and I even pre-charged the batteries, and now I'm opening that polluted oxygen vent. And it immediately spits out the polluted oxygen. Cause yeah, the vent is active. And I'll know when it goes dormant when I finish analyzing it. Why aren't the deodorizers working? Oh, they need sand. I never set the bins to sand. I built a few bins here and conveyor loader and stuff to send the sand in. Let's select sand and regolith for these bins, and also the conveyor loader. That should supply them with sand, and if you noticed, I'm pumping the polluted water in liquid tanks. Let me extend this. This will stop it from off-gassing. It's almost cycle 600 and I should prepare this rocket to launch. The rocket is fully fueled. I will now set the rocket to crew now that I selected all 8 duplicates. George also joins the ship. Let me clean that vomit on the floor. Let me set the destination. We want to go to the orbit of radioactive planet. Okay, let's launch this thing. Octomon Kroger is gonna be piloting. Oh, I guess that was it. We are launching. Yeah, well, I missed it. Oops. How's the temperature around here? Did I melt anything? No, we are good. I brought a snazzier suit to give them. They will all be wearing this confetti suit. It will take some time to assign everyone. Here they come to take their suits. Perfectly worth timing. Anyway, we have arrived at the destination. I want to send off George and number 41 to land on the planet because they are the digger and builder. They have to be on the same schedule. Okay, there is George. And here is 41. Move them to the same schedule as you can see, and George here is going to be the first one to deploy. Let me see. Oh, there is a satellite there. Good source of radiation. Let me find a good place to land, somewhere that is not high. I'm thinking here is a nice place. It brings us to the star map. Now let's go inside and make sure George leaves the rocket. The first step for mankind moment. Another bad timing autosave. Let me first allow 41 to pass through this door and then I will deploy him. No, you will not go to the gym. You will deploy right next to George. Let me dig a few tiles to get the material to build a couple of ladders. Alright, the landers must be deconstructed to get the metal we need to build the launch pad. Let me go and reset the permission of the door to what it was before. Oops, wrong planet. Come on. Of course, 41 takes the job. Always has to be the worst duplicant taking the most important job. Why am I taking the telescope? Oh, it's actually called rocket platform. I said it wrong so many times. Anyway, excuse me, let me build it. There we go. You should keep yourself busy digging a few tiles here. I don't want you to stay close to that rocket platform while it is landing, cause it will get pretty hot. Oh, colony achievement. It must be the one that you have to build a rocket platform in another planet. Soft launch, yeah, I don't know why it didn't light up. Let me keep them busy. Dig another row, you two. And finally, there she is. Blueberry Sparkle Cake has landed on Contamora. That is enough for this episode. I would appreciate if you named the duplicants in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed and good luck.